Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Oluwaseyi Salako and I'm glad to have you back. If you're new to my channel, would you please subscribe and put on the notification bell so that you can know anytime I upload new videos. If you're not and you're a returning subscriber, welcome and thank you so very much for staying with this channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make an ordinary balloon like this into something like this. Personalizing our balloons with vinyl. Let's get straight into the tutorial. For this tutorial, we need a balloon, any color we want. I'll be making two balloons, one with the YouTube sign and the other one for happy birthday to my son. This video is a special request from the live I did on Wednesday. In the live stream, I did a YouTube balloon for my studio, so I can say thank you to my subscribers. If you have not watched the live stream, please do check it out and give it a thumb up. In today's tutorial, we're going to be using both a black and a white balloon. To decorate your balloon with vinyl, it is advised that you avoid the latest balloons, but I have used the latest balloons. All you need to do now is make sure that you're decorating the balloon close to the time you need it, because the latest balloon deflates so quickly. So if you want to enjoy your personalization, do it close to your party or to when you need it. To personalize my balloon, I went into Silhouette Studio, typed in Happy Birthday David, and changed the font. Change the font to a font I want. If you're using the cursive font, be careful so that you have to remember to weld them. If not, they're going to cut separately. So I did all this and I gave it spacing. I grouped them. Then the next thing I did was to make sure they're centered. And I made the David a little bit bigger. Just walking around the fonts, whichever way you want it. After grouping together, I sized it and I duplicate it. Sizing, I have measured my balloon to know where I would want the personalization to be. And I want the personalization to be 6 inch by 2. So I duplicate it because I want it on both sides of the balloon. There will be no need to flip this horizontally as we'll be applying it with a transfer tape. Then for the YouTube balloon, all I did was go into Google, downloaded the YouTube logo, traced it in my Silhouette Studio, and then I released the compound parts. Releasing the compound parts allowed me separate them into 2 different cuts, so I was able to color them separately. Then I did was to group each of them and to make them their own compound parts separately. So we now have 2 different individual cuts. Then I bring them together, match them, and the next thing I did was to give it the size I want. Like the other balloon, I will be making this balloon 6 by 2 inch again. Then I make 2 copies of it, separated the cuts. I would cut the black one first and then I'll cut the red one. I will be doing 2 copies of each of them. For the vinyl, I'll be using the self-adhesive vinyl. This vinyl I got from Amazon. I'll put a link below if you would like to get the vinyl as well. The vinyl comes with its own transfer tape, so this is a very good vinyl to use. Since I cut the 2 Happy Birthday David together, I would be separating it. Then, after separating it, I would weed both of them and then they will be ready for me to transfer with my transfer tape. The transfer tape I'll be using is the one that came with this vinyl, and it's a very good one as well. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and put on the notification button so that you get notified every time I put up a new video. Thank you. So now I get my transfer tape. I place it on the personalization and I get it ready to place on the balloon. I do this by gently peeling off the backing that came with the transfer tape and adhering it to the personalization gently. Then I press it down. You can use anything. I'm using my credit card here just to press it down onto the transfer tape so that the transfer tape can lift it easily. You have to be careful when lifting it because some of the might not be on the transfer tape yet. But we're lucky this has transferred so easily. That's it. It says happy birthday, David. Next, we go on to cut our YouTube design. I'm cutting the red one in this. Then I'll cut the white one as well. Then I separate them and do the same process which I did with the happy birthday, David. I'll also be transferring this onto a transfer tape. But because the YouTube is in two parts, we would have to move both of them. You can move them separately, but I do mine at the same time. So I'll get transfer tape and then I'll first line it up. From the transfer tape, I'll line the YouTube. I'll line it up with the lines on my cutting mat there. I'll line it up so that I'll make sure that the YouTube is coming out straight. So first, I'll lift the U, which is the white vinyl, which is the white adhesive vinyl. Then I go to the tube and also line it up. And then put the transfer tape on it, making sure they are straight because I will be lining them up from the transfer tape to go directly onto the balloon. So now we do the same process. I can use my credit card again to make sure the vinyl would be lifted off by the transfer tape. That's my credit card I have used. If you have a spatula or whatever thing you think you can use to make it lift, why not use it? So now we've transferred the U and I'm going to the tube to transfer the tube as well. And this has come out not so easy, so you can always press it back with your hand so that you make sure everything is being lifted off the backing. Yeah, now we have our YouTube and then we get our balloon. With the balloon, we have to prepare the surface. We need to clean the surface. I will be cleaning this surface with a microfiber cloth to make sure there is no dust that would not let my vinyl adhere properly. So I'll look for the center of the balloon first. I'll start from the center. So I'll first adhere the center and I'll let the vinyl lie where it wants to from the center. And then I'll push it down with my hand. Don't be scared to rub it with your hand. It's not going to burst the balloon. You shouldn't be too hard on the balloon anyways, so that the balloon will not pop. And that's it. That's how I have adhered that to the balloon. All I need to do now is to carefully remove my transfer tape. Carefully, while using my other hand to make sure that it's not lifting the personalization. We carefully lift and rub the personalization with our fingers. We rub it down with our fingers. And that's how we get that done. Now, let's go to the happy birthday David's one, because that will be a bit easier to do. With this one, this should be an easier one to do because we are only lifting both of them at once. There's no two part to it. It is only one part. So we do the same thing like we did to the YouTube one. All we need to do is to clean our balloon of any dust by using the microfiber cloth I used the other time. Clean the balloon and then look for the center of it. Now look for the center where we want to adhere the personalization. Our vinyl is, once we adhere it, it will be hard to remove it. So we want to start from the center as well. Start from the center and push it down with your fingers from the center. We can see this one is easier than the YouTube one because it's just one that we're adhering. So we want to use our finger to press it down gently. We want to press it down in such a way that all the vinyl will be laying very, very flat on the balloon without us popping the balloon. See, that's such an easy one to do. It's easier than the YouTube one. What do you think? Do you think you'll be personalizing a balloon soon? This is a very good way to make a balloon look more expensive than it actually is, just with vinyl. I'll be removing the transfer tape now. So I have to use my fingers to press it down. Press the words down. You don't want it to be lifted. You don't want your vinyl to be lifted with the transfer tape. So we press the vinyl down while carefully removing the transfer tape. Carefully, we remove the transfer tape. If anything lifts, we can use our fingers to push it back down. Just use your finger carefully to push it back down. But with removing the transfer tape, we want to be gentle. We want to gently remove the transfer tape. If we yank it out, it might burst our balloon and also destroy the personalization. So that is how we get that done. And I'm going to be doing it on the other side as well. So I'm not only putting it on this side, I'll be putting it on the other side, because this is our balloon and the balloon will definitely roll. So that whatever sides it rolled to, our vinyl personalization would still be showing. Now we have our balloon decorated. Now we're ready for party. And we have the YouTube one as well. The first one I did, and now I did another one, which is the Happy Birthday David. So this is how to personalize your balloons. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember to put on the notification bell for my next video. Thank you very much. Thank you.